The Chuck Wagon Gang, in my opinion, are truly American musical royalty.
Some glad morning when this life is low,
I'll fly away. There's probably no way of knowing the times that song is sung in a week's time around the globe, or the effect that it's had on countless lives, or the times it's been recorded. It is just a simple country song. However, it was the song that transported things to a completely different place for the Chuck Wagon Gang.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away, fly away, oh, fly away. I'll fly away, oh, glory, I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
I think about the gang and think about Dad Carter starting this group so long ago. I'm sure he never thought in his wildest dreams it would still be going on today. I don't mimic Dad Carter. None of us mimic the original gang, but we want to stay true to that style and to that tradition.
The Chuck Wagon Gang was a family, and their name was Carter, no relation to the Carter family of Virginia. And when they were starting out, times were especially hard. The Great Depression was going on. You had migrant farmers going to areas where they might be able to work to hopefully feed their families.
The Depression hit especially hard in rural Texas. It hit hard early, and it stayed long and deep. Any flicker of hope, any rumor of hope was seized upon. And here comes the Chuck Wagon Gang. My recollection may have been a 15-minute radio program. It lifted spirits.
My darkest night will turn to day where the soul of man never dies.
One of the church groups that I thought was really good was the Chuck Wagon Gang.
Back when I was a kid, there was always, every hour on the country shows on radio, they always play a gospel song. And a lot of the times it would be the Chuck Wagon Gang. It would be one of their tunes.
We listened to the radio all we could and had battery radio, and then we listened to records a lot. And Mama was just a huge fan of the old Chuck Wagon Gang.
I got to see them in my home high school when I was a teenager, and it set all of the wheels in motion for me. I wanted to sing in a four-part harmony group like that.
Oh, Jesus is there. Oh, Jesus is there.
Columbia Records, who the Chuck Wagon Gang had a 39-year affiliation with, has documented that they sold 40 million records through the years. That's quite impressive.
When the Chuck Wagon Gang was in the middle of the 30s and 40s and 50s, they were the second leading artist as far as record sales for Columbia, second to Xavier Cugat, who was a Spanish band leader, and they were followed in sales by the newly rising country star Johnny Cash. Eddie Stubbs invited us to be part of the Intimate Evening radio show, and Marty was listening in that night.
And after the first song, the applause wouldn't quit. Standing ovation. After the second song, the applause wouldn't quit. Standing ovation. And that continued on and on and on.
And after that, he invited us to be on his television show. First time that we met Marty was there on the set of the television show.
Would you please make welcome the Chuck Wagon Gang?
My trials will soon be over, I'll cross the chilly Jordan, and there in heaven city I'll sit me down, I'll wear a crown of glory.
The Chuck Wagon Gang has had a history of recording albums that the songs on the album were written all by one composer, Albert Brumley, Mosey Lister, and my Uncle Roy. And Marty saw that and he said, we're going to have an album, and the Chuck Wagon Gang sings the songs of Marty Stuart.
I knew the sound, I knew the voices, and that's the song started pouring out of the sky.
Trouble lives here in this land, trouble deals a mighty hand. There's a power greater than any trouble made by man. Fear not, this too shall pass, this too shall pass.
It's very obvious Shay is called to be there, and this group is called to do what they do, because when you sit in the audience and you listen to them, you sense the presence of God.
His love will lead us on.
Chuck Wagon Gang and their songs will continue to touch lives as long as there is a world spinning.